This video is about the tyranny of things. Many years ago, before I went insane, I participated in modern, westernized, that is, American, society. I had a job. I had lots and lots of money. I actually saw people every day instead of just 5 or 6 days out of the year. And, of course, I bought things. Clothing, books, cookware, shoes, kites, brooms, apartment rental, light bulbs, stereo systems, music CDs, computer peripherals, ballpoint pens, nose hair clippers, a haircut every 2 or 3 years, and of course, telephone service, strawberries, super glue, camping equipment, and a Toyota pickup. None of this crap, none of it was necessary. The chief problem with owning things is that they tend to require maintenance and care. Expensive things require insurance against loss, and dangerous things require insurance against liability. Parts wear out and must be replaced. Sometimes lawyers must be rented to help maintain some things and prevent other lawyers from taking those things away from you. Things far too often come to own the person who pretends to own them. Take, for example, the Trent sloop I bought. The time and expense to maintain the boat was huge, and it never ended. Slip fees and insurance ate up a large portion of my income, and the boat itself took up much of my time. I expended a great deal of psychic anxiety worrying about if the boat was safe and still floating. The boat owned me. One can say, with justification, that one needs to own an automobile here in the modern world where cities are vast and recreation is distant. And yet automobiles are major financial investments, and the maintenance and liability insurance never ends. Billions and billions of human beings expend a vast amount of their limited time here on Earth living for the benefit of their automobiles. My pickup, of course, owns me. Many years ago, when I went nuts, I quit reality and moved into my pickup to live. I drove to the Navajo reservation and into the most isolated and desolate place I could find. When my pickup's front right wheel fell off, I figured I had finally arrived to wherever I was going. Here is an image of my pickup as it came to rest on the reservation. I made a sun shield out of a beach blanket, and I made a bed in the back. Then I rigged my computer up and powered it with a deep cycle battery and a DC to AC power inverter. I also strung Christmas lights over the top, just for that festive, airy look. For a chair, I used an ice chest, and I also had a GPS antenna with a receiver. Here I spent approximately 2 months just living, and every now and then some Navajo would run by, walk by on horse, or sometimes even on a pickup, and he'd say, "Why, hey, do you need any help?" And I'd say, "Yata hey, no, I don't." And he or she would continue on his way. And there I was happy. I found that one does not need many things to be happy. In fact, I discovered that the more things I have, the less happy I am. For example, 2 shirts is all any human being really needs. Wear one until it is dirty, and then wear the other while the dirty one is washed and hung up to dry. If you live in the tropics, you don't even need the second shirt. 2 hats, of course, is all one needs too. The first one is to keep the sun off one's head, and the second one is for when the first one blows off. Pickups, of course, get stuck in sand and shale, and this also adds to life's aggravations, and it makes the pickup own you by having to rescue it. Auto repair is constant, and the time and expense put into healing injured vehicles is prohibitive to humanity, freedom, and liberty. When I discovered a vacuum leak in my pickup's air intake hose, I found that a new hose would cost almost $100. This intolerable state of affairs I fixed with 8 cents worth of duct tape and baling wire. Now the hose is better than new. To keep the starting battery off the idler wheel, of course, I used a chunk of wood. Nor does one need glasses to drink out of if one's got tin cans. Seems to me a shame that people out there are throwing away their tin cans instead of drinking out of them. Not only is that a horrible waste of tin cans, but then they have to own glasses. Whereas with a tin can, it lasts a long time and you can bang on it and it doesn't break. So clearly tin cans are far superior than glasses. So what's the bare minimum for making a person happy in life? Why, I'm glad you asked. Seems to me happiness comes from owning just the bare minimums required to exist in the world. No telephones, no girlfriends, no houses, radios, TVs. They don't call them their things vacuum tubes for nothing, you know. No boats, cattle, or other junk. All one really needs in life to be happy is some beans, rice, water, a cave to live in, a can of cola once a month, and a clean pair of socks now and then. Oh, and of course, internet access and a video camera for making YouTube videos.